The bells of Loughborough's Caroline Tower ring out. From the top, the view takes in a constituency where the voters tend to swing politically just like a bell. Are they about to ring out fresh political change?
The big issue, without any doubt, is jobs. We heard last month that AstraZeneca is pulling out in 2011, 1,200 jobs going. It's been a huge blow for the town. People want to know what are the various parties going to do to try and get the jobs back.
In general elections, Loughborough matters. It's one of two of the most marginal constituencies in the East Midlands. Labour's majority here is just under 2,000, and that will be wiped out on a swing to the Tories of less than 2%. The Tories' Nicky Morgan embraces the market. She fought the seat at the last election and senses a mood for political change. David Cameron's visit so early in the campaign shows Conservative determination to hit the right message to win the seat.
One of the issues mentioned to me all the time is the fact that people who have done the right thing, then they look around and they see other people who are not working, who could work, or people, I'm afraid, who have come into the country. They feel and getting benefits and handouts, and they think, well, hang on a second, why am I working so hard and other people aren't?
At this foundry in Loughborough, they've been casting bells since Disraeli and Gladstone had their election ding-dongs. It took a buyout last year to save this historic bell makers from being another casualty of this recession. Peter Haywood led the rescue.
With the firm going to receivership, it lost half of its employees and made life very difficult for those people with having so little other employment within the town. We'll be looking for some help with things like tax and national insurance to try and get more people back into employment.
Back to the tower, from where you can see the Loughborough base of the global pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca. After the university, it's the town's biggest employer, but it's pulling out with the loss of 1,200 high-quality research jobs. The Lib Dem candidate, Mike Willis, says Labour locally must shoulder some of the blame.
£24 million will disappear from the local economy. If our profile had been higher on the national stage in the House of Commons, I don't believe that AstraZeneca would have decided Loughborough was the first place they looked at. Ours has gone. Andy Reid has, for a lot of people, been a very good constituency MP. And I'll not take any of that away from him, because I don't think I ought to. But on the other hand, you know, Labour have had their 15 minutes now, and it's time for somebody new.
The town's profile is now of Olympic proportions after this week's decision to base Team GB at Loughborough for the London Games. Labour's Andy Reid lobbied extensively to win the deal. And on AstraZeneca and the local economy, he's adamant Loughborough's not out of the race, whatever the Liberal Democrats claim.
Well, I think it's actually one of the most naive and ridiculous things I've ever heard. These decisions are made globally. You say the word Loughborough in Westminster or anywhere else around the world, you know, we have a very high profile, and I'm proud of the place. So I'm very disappointed that actually my Liberal Democrat is talking down Loughborough at this particular time. This is the time when we need to be talking up the town and talking up our local economy, and Astra hasn't gone.
AstraZeneca refused the politics show onto its site, but it says in a statement that it hopes that its specialist facilities here will remain in the town after it leaves. And it says it's trying to lessen the impact through reskilling, redeployment, and in some cases offering to relocate some of its workers to other sites. Among the smaller parties, the UK Independence Party is fielding a retired RAF wing commander.
We are giving all that money to Europe, and why on earth did we give something like £36 million a day to Europe when we could spend it to get ourselves out of this hole that we are in financially at the moment?
Loughborough's BNP candidate declined to be interviewed, claiming BBC bias. For the town's 3,000-strong Bangladeshi community, the BNP's presence is a worry.
We are very concerned that BNP have been voted in. They've got 2 seats in the local council elections. We are concerned about this.
In this seat, the economy is dominating election talk in Loughborough, as it could dominate our